This is Linda Lang from thoughtchange.com with Anne Round, my upcoming guest on exploring the mystical side of life. She is an author, a healer, a spiritual teacher. Have I got that right, Anne?
Yeah, that's me. Generally just teaching by walking my walk.
That's probably the best way to teach, actually. So today, Anne, I thought I would ask you about your awakening moment.
Yeah, I had several awakenings throughout my life. I never had one defining moment where I would say I woke up. I actually really feel like I came in somewhat awake, and through hypnosis and things like that, I do know that I actually had in utero awakening moments. So I do feel that I came in kind of awake, and then the veils of conditioning and things like that came on. And then a significant moment was around my mom's death, which she had cancer a number of times. So it was a death that we had time to prepare for and things. And then the moment of her death, or the hour around her death at the hospital, I went in, she was gone. I could tell that she was gone. And I could tell that there was energy around me. So I knew her spirit was there. And then after the process of whatever we did, I went out in the parking lot, and it was a very cloudy day in Nova Scotia, and an opening in the clouds came up, and it was lined with gold. It was about 5 o'clock at night in September, and it was lined with gold. And I could feel my mother's spirit being escorted through this cloud by a couple of angels. And that was a huge moment of kind of awakening, like, oh, this is really true. What I believe and what I've always felt is alive and well. And then I've had many other journeys and awakenings while on the odd workshop or traveling.
I'd like to go back to the in utero awakening. That sounds really interesting to me. So what was that?
Well, that was I was revealed this through hypnosis. And I was in I was in a hypnotic state, and I was in a journey kind of thing with that. And all of a sudden I realized I was in utero, and we had done a number of journeys during this workshop. And so I knew what in utero felt like because I'd been in there a few times during this workshop under hypnosis. And what happened was we went right back to my conception. And when I was 4 days old, my light was getting diminished. And when it was diminished, I was about to, not continue. And I called in the light. And so in the hypnosis thing, I was revealed that I called in the light because I needed to be here for this time now that we're in 2020. And at the age I am, I didn't need to come back in again and again. And that was the first awakening of this lifetime.
So very cool. And those in utero experiences, they're so profound, whether we have conscious memory of them or not. Someone very near and dear to me who has had a very, very difficult life, but she remembers actually an angel coaxing her out of the womb, that she did not want to be born. And she was actually born blue because of lack of oxygen, because she didn't want to come. But she has a conscious memory of that. It's amazing, really.
Yeah, it is. It's really amazing, because after I felt this on hypnosis, the truth of it was so profound. And then when it happened, I think this was like back in 2012 or something like that for me, when I actually did this session that this occurred. And in that session, it just made me realize the importance of my presence in this world. Now that has totally moved me to understand the presence of everyone in this world. You know, we are all here for I don't love the word person, a reason. We chose to come here. We're here for a reason. And we are here because we're needed, or because that's the way it should be. So all of us are here because we are love, and because we chose this time, or we were chosen, you know, like it was, who knows that part? That's another conversation entirely. But it did really emphasize the importance of every one of our presences in this world. And it doesn't matter whether we're famous or not famous, or busy or not busy. It doesn't matter. And we're here as transmitters of energy, and that energy needs us to be here, allowing it to transmit.
Every soul has a purpose. I'll say it. I know I'll say that every soul has a purpose here on Earth.
Absolutely. It does. I think we have to define what purpose is in some way. Everybody has to come to their own definition of what purpose is. So that's why I hesitate to use the word purpose sometimes. It's just a little bit overused.
Reason for being here, less of something you're specifically here to do while you're here. Just being here is reason enough.
So much. Because we walk the earth, it's perfect that we're all walking the earth.
So that leads me to a belief that I'd love everyone to be able to kind of install in their psyche. And that is that you are worthy, you are deserving, you have value just because you're here. Not because of how much money you have or what you're doing in the world, just because you're here. Your creation of source, and you have value inherent.
That's exactly what I learned when I had that experience in utero.
All perfect. And thank you so much for joining me today. Tell us your website and maybe show us your book.
This is my book, Essences of Truth, Inspirations for Loving Life. It's a series of essays that cover all sorts of topics about life and living. And my website is essencesoftruth.com.
Perfect. And as I mentioned before, Anna's my upcoming guest in Exploring the Mystical Side of Life. I'm going to air that podcast a little bit early this week because Christmas is on Friday. So I'm looking at Wednesday. You can stay tuned for that. It's all about love as the fabric of the universe and our ability to be an expression of that love while we're here on the physical plane. So I hope you tune in, have a listen, and share it with a friend. Stay tuned for that on Wednesday, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Check out Exploring the Mystical Side of Life on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe.